just not
yes. Okay, lama. I went to the link and I realized it's not streaming with the videos. That's also yes. Okay, lama.
Okay, I need to redo my capture because for some reason my full capture isn't. What did I just do? My screen just turned black. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's black. What's going on?
Okay, the stream is back live. But for some reason my display capture is not. Oh, okay. Apparently it's in settings. Choose the video category on the left. Oh, okay, that's the problem. I see the problem. Thank you, Google. Which is not optimal. Well, you're not optimal, YouTube. Oh, okay, that's the problem. I see the problem. Thank you. You still can't see my stream because the quality is very low for some reason. I wish this to have a higher video quality. How do I do that? Hopefully this sorts it out. Oh yeah, it's 720p. Oh, it's even 1080. Nice. There you go. That's how I want the stream to look like.
Awesome.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Let me just make sure my computer isn't dying first. Oh, my CPU is finally at 24%. Okay, you know what, I'm just gonna stop the streaming. Okay. I can't believe I'm actually using my GPU to stream. This is a good meme. Okay. I'll lower the bot's volume. Let me test the stream's audio. This is a good meme. Okay. I'll lower the bot's volume. Let me test the stream's audio. Wow. the stream's audio and my YouTube audio is at the same level. I hear no difference.
Is that a bad thing?
No, that's good. Like, that just means that the audio is working fine. Okay. So, I guess we'll just assume people can read, so... read, right, okay. We were at this API. If I can. Yeah, okay. So you were at this API, we could send the request and then you can see the request, you can see
object.
The response here.
Wait, what was an object earlier?
Yeah, because it loaded after. Okay, that's not the point. So,
Right.
data is here. So we were in the midst of creating a new API. So This is to show how you can get, you know, the status code and the object data out. So if I just change this to /basic and I reload my HTML page, I think this is because this is not 200. Access control allow origin. Okay, so this is when this is required. So just like you saw the error for the course, right? This is why we need course. Yeah. Okay. So I've enabled course, and you can see that in the response here the status is 200. If I change the status to be 203, right, like it was just now. If I can get this to change. Come on.
It's not changing.
Is my server changing? It might not have changed. Well, that's an example of a bad request. Let's try 201. Okay, 201 works. I think maybe because 203 isn't an actual HTTP status code. Oh no, 202 works.
Why not 203? Huh, weird.
No, it works.
Wait, it does work.
Okay, I think the server wasn't restarting. That's why. Anyway, let's besides the point. So you can see that data. So if you were trying to map it, if you're trying to map one for one, yeah, you can see that the data here matches the data that's sent, right? Right, the data is matching the data that is sent, as well as the status code can be taken from the request.status. So that's the basic one. Axios is only that way. Okay. So let me make a comment here before I forget.
Oh, this music is putting me to sleep.
Oh
yeah.
no, okay.
No, I'm gonna mute the bot. You can keep it on.
Okay.
Like.
What is in this node modules? What, did I like install something here by accident? Wait. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Well, so we have okay. So now we have basic tools. So now we want to move on. So have you done login already?
Nope.
Nope.
Wait, you mean in the lesson?
I mean, have you been taught how to do, login?
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna be.
Indeed, we have.
I have to go login in a matter of seconds. I guess I can do a fake login. Okay. Typing this off screen, but okay. So now we will show you how a basic error will look like, right? So let's say, how do you handle errors if the request returns an error? So the way we can do errors, we can do like 400. Well, technically, yeah, you just send it without anything, right? So let's just close this for now. Well, actually, no, I'll just let it be. Then we can see the difference. So I will just do this for the console logs for now. So now if we want to look at the error, right? So in the dot then, doesn't really matter what's here because we won't be seeing anything here anyway. And if we do dot catch, so this is just mainly to show you what you can expect to see in the URL. So if you run this, network connection refused. Is my server running? Oh, it's crashed.
We'll find module cores. Huh.
Like I was saying, you see the error request 404.
Yes.
So, okay, because with how Axios works, right, this will just immediately throw an error if you don't handle it properly.
I see.
Making you unable to see the error. Although, it's the wrong one. Let me read the documentation again. This has been quite some time.
Excellent. Oh yeah, shit, I remember I have a meeting tomorrow at 10.
Oh no.
Or will I be able to wake up in time? You'll find out.
You can just wake up and go to sleep.
What?
Ayy.
Nani?
Okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
the error, I mean, well, you get the idea. You could just handle the error here. It's
Yeah.
not showing the error, but I think, okay, you can, so you want to send post, so do you know how to send post request data in Axios requests? Okay.
I'll put you down.
Actually, why am I doing this? We agreed that we just let it run. Just have to make sure we know which line is which. Okay, so this is basic request. This is request with error request. So now you want to do a basic post request. So moving on to our backend, we first have to create the API. So app.post /basic/post. So okay, so this is by no way a good way to name your APIs. We're just doing this so that we know what they mean. if you were doing this like legit, you'll probably have like, so your get slash basic will return like the basic data, then your slash app dot post would just be like this, because there are different requests because of the different types of requests.
Mm.
But for clarity's sake, I'll just do basic dot post because
Okay.
it's easier to read. So for this, the thing is, we don't really care what we're sending back, because what matters is that our data is being sent to the server, right? So what we actually, okay, well, I guess we can see it two ways. If I can type console request.body. Yep. So the post request data is in request.body. We'll also be sending the data back so that we can see it on both sides, just to make sure. So this is just our API. Then over here, since it's like, you know, Express, we just do axios.post. Then we give it the URL. Okay, honestly, this also isn't too good if you're writing a lot of Axios requests, you know, with multiple pages. At least for me, I like backtick more, mainly because it looks nice. Then you can also see what you're writing. Basic slash post. Okay, so the thing is, right, with the get API, you realize that you're just pasting the URL here, but with the post API, we kind of want to include data in our request as well. So there's actually, okay, so looking at the Axios documentation, right, you can technically pass in an object, right? If you pass in an object, it will basically just so there's no, you realize there's no .get or .anything, so you just call Axios as a function.
Just Axios.
Yep, and then you basically pass in an object that, you know, has all your data. But the thing is, since we are using the .post method, right? .post, the way that we actually do this options data implicitly. So like you see the method post is already like it's over here, and then our data, right, is actually just the next object. So if you see here, you'll just place it here. So this is testing post that requests, right? And then since we know this this request will return true, I can just, you know, we can just console log both of this. But this isn't really too important, because what's important is what we see on the server side when this post request is being sent. Right, so this is the first one, this is the second one, and you can see here that we see nothing.
Huh?
Because it's undefined.
Undefined.
Because it's not request.body, it's request.
Dot params. Like.
Print npm start and catch that change.
Certainly fine.
Let me check Express. API request. Why do I feel like my Node 1 server doesn't restart? Or am I looking at the wrong one? No, it's just the backend server. It is still undefined, huh? Interesting. Oh. Okay, this is something with Axios, right? Okay. So let me just refer back to the API again. There's actually something we forgot to do in the backend server, and that's actually we forgot to include URL encoded because if you look at the API here, we need to do express.json, express.url encoded, which is the body parser, which we don't have.
No.
So let's just add that in, including parsing, documentation, very useful. Express.json, and man, don't have to use body parser this time. You could just use express. Didn't realize that. I don't have to download 10 billion different libraries now.
Okay.
Extended equals to true. And now, with the request.body,
It's no longer undefined.
yay! Look at that.
Woohoo!
So that's how you send requests, post requests with data to the server. Yep. Not using Axios. You know, just chuck it in here. So what's another thing that you can't really do in the front end? What's another thing that you can't really do on the front end for your back end?
What do you mean?
Right, what other things do you have trouble doing?
Persistent login, I guess.
Okay.
Ah,
Alright. Okay,
I
persistent.
mean,
Okay, so persistent login. Where do I start? Well, are you making it yourself or using a library?
which one's easier?
Library is easier because you don't do
Library
anything.
though.
But I don't think you're allowed to use a library.
Yeah, you can, but you have to include how to set up. Just write it down.
Really?
Yeah. Let me check.
Well,
I
sad.
mean,
Okay, well, I'll go both approach. I think for the second approach, I need more time to set up, but I can get the general idea of how to do it down. So now we'll be playing around with cookies, just fun.
hey.
So I will throw index.html to the side. You're close to me.
Yikes.
And now we will move on to the cookies.html. HTML5, I don't care what's here. Cookies. Okay, do you have any idea how cookies work? Have they mentioned anything about cookies?
Under.
Huh?
Under.
Interesting. Okay. I should probably get jQuery so that I can access buttons. But how should I approach this? Man, it's gonna take quite a lot of coding, man. I can't. Okay, I gotta be here for like the next 20 minutes while I try to explain this. Okay. So so for the backend server, right, I'm setting up a new API over here, which is for cookies. So you can actually set cookies for the front end. So when the browser sends a request to here, right, if you do rest.cookies, cookies, you can actually, so in this object here, it will set that object key value pair cookie on the front end side. So we can see this with test cookie, and then being I am here, right? And then we do .send. So this is the special thing about this also is that for this to actually be set, right, you need to specifically tell the request to be sent. So if on the front end side we need to include Axios. If we do axios.get, I need to get the base URL as well. URL. For some reason my IntelliSense isn't working. This is very fun. So we do the base URL and it was slash cookies. Right. This is not a callback. And okay, so there's nothing to see here. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother writing the dot then. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh well, actually no. I'll write the dot then so we know that the function has finished. So that we know that the response has been, you know, like we have gotten a response from the server. So basic cookie request is done. Alright, so if you go to slash cookie.html, put an S, right? Cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
Right. There's a 500 internal server error. Why is there internal server error? Internal server error. Am I? This is the request. What's the response? Oh, right. So it's not dot cookies. It's dot cookie.
Oh.
S is very important. Basic cookie request is done. So the thing is, there's no response, right? But what you need to do to check if the cookie has been set is you have to go to application and cookies, and when would you know it? We don't see it here. Okay. Let me clear my cache. Oh, okay. Here's the second thing that I forgot about this. This is why reading documentation is important. It's not an object. It's name and a value. So if I were to set this again, oh wait, what? It would be testing cookie, and I am here.
Right, so comma instead of a colon.
Ideally, we should be seeing something here. Press response, app.send. Well, we could just do test. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, is it because I didn't set the HTTP only option? just weird.
Is the HTTP only flag enabled?
No, actually. Maybe the network can give me some clues.
I'm trying to Google it, Lamar.
Well, the cookie is being set. I can see it right here.
Okay then.
But for some reason it doesn't show up here.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? We can probably let's clear our storage first, and we will try and reopen this tab. So 3001 / cookies.html.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? Is it not window?
Undefined?
Oh, document, right.
Oh, cookies.
So the cookie is not set. Well, the cookie is being sent, it's just not being set for some reason. Because we can see in the network that if I refresh this page, because you can see the request going out, and you can see that the request is being set over here. Okay, I see what the problem is. Okay, so cookies is a very finicky thing because it usually is being used as credentials, which is also why CORS becomes a very big pain in the problem, because all of these things need to be set. But we won't get into that now. I'll just go through cookies as a very basic example. Probably need more time to set up the other stuff. But if you do HTTP only false, this should set the cookie.
Yeah.
And on my client side, I also need to include something which is here with credentials is true. Yep, so this has been blocked by CORS because the other. I guess, you know what? I guess we will just be doing it now. Origin HTTP /host. So okay. This is why no one likes to use CORS.
But you need it though. No.
I did never said I never said I really want to relieve that. No, it's just a pain that has to be done. So
Had to be done. It's working.
So
Is it
yeah,
working?
yeah. Well, after a lot of pain, but we got it working. Yay.
Woohoo.
Well, hopefully it works. For some reason, my console log disappeared, so I'm not sure where this thing went. Why is there no console logging? Is it cause there's an error? There's no error, so I have no idea what's wrong with the request. Nothing is being printed out. Maybe if I say hello. Wait, there was an error that popped up just now. Why did it take so long to pop up? Let's see. Yeah, this response has been taken into account. There was an error that popped up just now. I guess it doesn't like to pop up now, huh? But we can actually see here that this hasn't responded yet. But the cookie is set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see it's still pending.
Huh. Why would
I
it
think
be
this is mainly
pending?
because the status code is wrong. Yeah, you can see this failed. Yep, okay. So the problem is this is pending and never gets sent.
Why is that?
Oh, wait, I know the problem. I never call next here. That's the problem. Request failed status code 301. There you go. But you can see that the test value is set. So request failed status true. Okay. Why is it 301? Is it because of this? What if I don't set it with credentials? The request fails anyway. Okay. That's good to know. Um I am not sure if this is even needed, but is my server telling me something? No, it's not telling me anything at all. Why is the request failing? Oh.
Hummer.
Okay. Well. I think mainly it's because it's two separate servers, so cookies are treated as credentials. Just why is this giving me a lot of headaches?
Please.
Hmm. Well, let's just try localhost 3000 slash cookies and see what happens. You can see that the cookie is being set, so this is a problem for. Oh wait. I found out.
What was it?
It was just this.
Ah.
My god. Alright.
Lama.
And all that effort just to send a cookie across to different servers. So okay, there's a rationale for this, and that's because you don't want to just be sending a cookie, you know, with your important data to any old random server. Which is why this has to be set, this has to be set, and all this other crap has to be set. So
Yikes.
if what I know is right, and if I clear the cache, right, this should set the cookie.
Right.
No, it doesn't set the cookie. Okay, so basically, okay, since I took the effort to make everything run. If you want to accept cookies or send cookies with your request, you need to set this to true.
Alright.
Okay, you also need to set a bunch of this stuff. Let me just push this here so I can make the previous commit.
And then so I can rip this from your TeachBD GitHub.
Yeah, I guess so. We've been live for almost an hour.
Pew. It's been 48 minutes. Come on.
If this could just commit, please. Why is my Git running so slowly?
It's a sign.
Oh, my TTY isn't set properly. There you go. Adding front end. I can't seem to commit. Huh. Well, you know what? I'm just going to...
Sleep.
What? No. Well, I guess I figure out the solution to that problem. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna use another terminal for this because clearly it doesn't like to do that. So, oh shit. Give me like a minute while I commit this so the whole thing doesn't become too messy. Why isn't it popping up? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, it looks like I can't commit from my terminal because my GPG doesn't want to work. Okay, so apparently it doesn't work anymore. P.
That's why.
For some reason it doesn't work. Don't ask me why. This was fine just a minute ago. Well, this is no fun. Oh my god. You know what? It's fine. I can't commit. But I'm sure if I restart all my terminals, it will work. But for some reason, it just decided not to work right now, which is very fun and very rabak. Because why would it? Why would you want to work? Who needs a working Git anyway? I will just let this run in the background. Okay. Okay. I should be on Linux, but fucking WSL doesn't wanna work. Alright, fine. Okay, so we can send a
Yeah.
cookie in a request, right? Now we want to, see the cookie, right? So if you want to see the cookies on the backend, you can see it like this. So like last time when we were doing the forms, we had to pass the forms, right? Same thing with
Yes.
cookies, we also have to pass the cookies. So this one is, if I can find it. Cookie passer. Yep. Seems like my IntelliSense also has decided to die on me. That's fun.
Oh, heck. So many problems popping up when I continue this environment.
And you know why? It's not because of me, it's because of fucking Windows. Man, I love Windows. Don't you love programming in Windows? I mean, I can't have a native terminal. Okay. Need to install the cookie passer passage. So it's as simple as this cookie passer and app.use cookie passer right there. And with that, so when I send this slash cookie slash get, right? So this is again for clarity's sake. If you want to see the cookies in our requests, we can just do request.cookie if I'm not wrong, and we can even just send it back as a response just to make sure that we're seeing it on both sides. So if I go to the backend, front end, yeah. So this is the top one. So we are seeing cookies in backend. So slash cookie slash get. Then, well, this doesn't really matter, but we can just see it here, I guess. If I can. Thank you. Rest.data. And we'll not do the error because there shouldn't be any errors. Like famous last words.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I console this. Okay, the request isn't getting sent. That's fine. What's more important is not this terminal, this one. So it's undefined. So actually I was lying, it's not request.cookie, it's request.cookies. Because they can't make up their mind about whether or not they want it to have an S or not.
No. Now to type. That doesn't sound right.
So that's sending in. It defaults to this. Okay. Oh, right. So the reason why we're not seeing any cookies here is because, well, that's technically correct. Because we're not sending any cookies in this response, that request. Because we forgot this thing with credentials right here. Remember what we had to do to make it work on top? We also have to have it at the bottom. So with this, there,
Test,
see the test,
yes.
and we can see it here as well. If I restart the server, test this, there you go. So Yep. So that's how you send cookies in the request. So what will happen usually, right, is that you would set like your user ID here. Then this would be like 123, and then you also set your cookie here to be like token, right? Like a auth token. And then this will be like a token. 123, whatever random string of stuff you want to use. So this is how you set persistent login now. Because you see, if I do it this way, right? Here, and I clear my cookies. You can see I have an auth token and a user ID. This will stay with me even though I go to, let's say, the base HTML page, right? You see that the cookies are still here. So if I send these cookies in the response, this is how I will check that my users logged in. So I can probably do a fuller demo next time round, but you get the general idea. So when they log in, you will set the cookies if it's successful, and then every after time you just check. Yeah.
Let's check that. Still the same guy.
You have to make sure the user ID is there because you need to query your database for the. Well, it depends. If you're using JWT, right? For JWT, if you want to check the user's legit, all you can either just check if the token is has not been tampered with, which means that the token is legit, and then if the user ID is that person, then you sign him in, right? Because if the token has been tampered with, then it will immediately not be valid, lah. So that's one way you can go about it. So like jwt.io. So imagine in here, right, you put a imagine here you put user ID. It's just this, right? So you see, if this signature is verified, right? So if this is legit, then basically, okay. So even though your user ID can be seen by anyone, because we know that this token hasn't been verified. So if the user sends this token in a cookie, we know that it's still him because we gave that token to him, and only we will know the secret here. So no one will be able to, like just change it. Like change it to like say 123, right? Let's say if you don't know what the secret is, right? Then we wouldn't know. Like if you try to change it to 321, and put cats. Okay, yeah, I mean that's because the signature is here, but you wouldn't know what the secret is, though. Right? Yeah, this is a invalid signature. So if someone tries to change it, right, they won't be able to. Okay, this is because this is generating one, so.
Sick.
Yeah. So if I put it here, see invalid signature, so there's no way that the person will be able to change it.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's one. Another one is you could save the token. So you could save this unique token in your database, and then when the user logs in, right? So the users the hell?
Where the cookie go?
Oh, it's just yeah, right here. So if the user has a user token and a token, right? So I need paint for this. So let's say you have your database right here. Then when the token comes in, your user ID is like 123. Then your token is like this is like another layer of security like ABC. So when you give this token, right? So and your person is right here. So when your server like generated this, they also put this in the database, right? And then they send both of this, down to the person. So when the person sends you this information, sends you this information again, you can check if this user ID and this token like exists here, and then you can also check if the token is also valid, right? So if it's valid and exists in your database, that means you know for sure that this person is who he says he is.
Gosh.
Yep. So that's how you do persistent login. So of course this is a very general strategy. You can refer to crap passport.js.org. So this is the library that you can use to basically make it simpler. Although it takes some reading to understand how it actually works. But where is the so if you're using just username and password, you'll be using passport locale, because you basically create your own database, verifying passwords and stuff. You can also look at other like OAuth 2 strategy. OAuth 2 strategy. You can type, and then you can set up some API chain like this, though, which I don't think is really required for the assignment.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
If I can even read. Okay, why can't I just? I can't open this, but you get the idea. So there's different strategies, like in order to authenticate the person, depending on what you want to use. You can even use like Google's auth strategy or Google auth 2. So the pop-up that comes up when they ask you to log into your Google account. Yeah, you can also use it, but it's a bunch of code, and nobody got time to write that. So yeah, that's persistent login. That's the idea anyway.
Yeah.
I'll probably do another example, which is more concrete.
Is your comment still not working?
Let me try and fix it.
Come on.
Okay, well, I can close. If I close out down everything, it should work. I have a feeling it's because it's because my TTY doesn't know which TTY it's talking to. Yeah, for some reason this technically something should be popping up right now, but it's not. So I wish I knew what the reason was. Pretty sure this is the one. Man, you were here for so long that the bot actually stopped playing the song.
Yeah, it's been longer than an hour. Yeah, you gotta go sleep soon.
Yeah, my GPG isn't loading. What the heck?
I saw so many Google Chromes.
Because I have Google Chromes open.
Interesting.
I don't know what this node thing is running, but apparently it's taking up 43 megabytes. I wish I knew what was wrong. This is why I hate Windows. Why can't I just have a decent... There a git bash. Yep, I officially killed my Ubuntu. That's fun. Yeah, my TTY is completely dead. What can I do? What can I do? I could restart my PC, but that will end the stream. I guess this is good enough for now. Alright, let me quickly
Yeah.
let me quickly restart. I'll end the stream.